Greetings there, my fellow geneticists. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld, the first Wendigo, episode 195, Finding Mates. Let's continue with the breeding. So we've identified that super immunity from the wasters and fur skin from the Edekin are kind of the most rare in the community. So one way to make sure that offspring, and let me update the priority now. One way to ensure that it's passed down is to pick breeding pairs that hold those genes. So by that, I mean picking a male that has them represented. I don't have any males with super immunity. Okay. I also only have one male with fur skin. But if I took Faya, who's got fur skin, and fertilize the Edekin eggs, I'd be way more likely to get Edekin offspring with fur skin. I don't think the genes are so underrepresented, however, that I need to necessarily do that. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the most genetically blessed individual and fertilize eggs with genes they don't have. So, for instance, taking... is there a gender in here? Yeah, here we go. This will help. I need a male that can fertilize the Edekin eggs. Oh, that's because you're a slave. I was like, why do I have a male with no genes? Yeah, I would explain it. It's like Tordic, for instance, doesn't have horns, but has a bunch of other genes that can be passed on. All right, Tordic, as soon as you're out of your psychotic frenzy, which I can end with a coma, I suppose. We will have you fertilize some eggs. And if I'm really impatient, I could just experiment upon you this way. There, done. No problem. Hey, bud. I can hide the hearted genes, yeah, from the list so that it's not so expansive. Yep. Will do, and done. Thank you for the tip. Easy enough. It's going to be easier for Tordic just to regain consciousness rather than to, like, extract sperm one at a time. There we go. Capable of walking. Perfect. Oh, you look, you're fertilizing with your own sample. Good for you. Or not, you're just hauling it. Okay, well, I'll have a sperm sample from you. I'm actually going to use it up. Because I don't want it in storage. So, this one is awful. I can throw it out. This one is a 4, so it's close to being used, but I'm not going to keep it. Alright, Tordic, do you have super immunity? You don't, so let's have you do the same over here with the wasters. Not worth keeping, and not worth keeping. You have a bunch of Neanderthal genes, so I don't want to do it with the Neanderthals. You don't have fur skins, so I could do it with the fur skins. And you don't have pig skins, so I can do it with the pig skins. So this is 4 with flaw, not keeping it. 4, not keeping it. 4 with a flaw, not keeping it. 5 with 3 flaws. Ugh. 3 flaws are too many. Too hard to filter them out. And then 4 with 2 flaws. Yep, not keeping that either. You don't have all the dirt mole represented, so I'll have you fertilize the dirt mole as well. Except for Rurif, because you're a Rurif spawn. So the first one is a 4 flawed. Next, a 4 flawed. Next, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 flawed. Sure. I will keep that one. It's the first of the 5 flaw. It's the only 5 flawed that we have. So I'm really keeping it just to like start the stockpile more than anything else. But, you know, maybe one day it will get fertilized. Who knows? Probably not, though. Probably thrown out as the standards get raised. Another 4 flawed. And then last but not least... Oh, right. That is... whatever. Inbreeding. Let's try it anyway. It's probably going to be twisted malformations. Oh, no. It survived the process, but it's still not good enough. All right. Tordex, stick around because... it is possible to fertilize some of the hybrids now. Nitroleak. You... Yep, that's a fine combination there. Your cousins don't care. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with a flaw. All right. That's pretty good. Good job. Call it kissing cousins. All right, Stevie, come fetch that. These are phantoms. Phantom, you are... Got first scan and super immunity, so really, really, really importantly rare, right? I don't want to risk the inbreeding there. Or there. Nope. Nope. So Val, I think you're just a waster. Yep, so that's a fine combination. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Super immunity. Keeping it. Nice. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with a flaw. I'll keep that one too. Last but not least would be Tafluti and Dave. Dave. Are these... Yep, okay. Skipping over those. So I need one more colonist to haul that last egg. Oh, Wendy will do it. Just so that they're stored where they're supposed to be. Although that's not necessarily true. It depends on the order that they haul them, so I have to watch to make sure that the eggs go in the proper storage. So, like, this is a 7 flawed, right? But it's entirely possible that, given the queue, it gets messed up. So, something to be inspected. So here, this should be a 5 flawless. No. So that ended up in the wrong spot. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 flawed. And this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 flawed. Fortunately, it's easy enough to fix. And this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 flawless. So what I might do in the future is have this be a staging area for eggs. So that they haul to a staging area and then get sorted. That's going to be probably a little bit easier. So that they don't end up in the wrong stockpiles. So 5 flawed, 5 flawed, 5 flawless. And then 7 flawed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 flawed. Okay, good. So I'll clear this. So yeah, maybe that's what I'll do in the future is have this be a staging area where we just haul any eggs that we want to keep here. And then all of these eggs eventually will end up there. Which means these stockpiles can remain critical and this one will be important for eggs. Something like that. This is close enough to harvestable that I don't really care. I'm going to harvest it now. 80% ground. We'll get enough dyes off of that to be able to dye the remaining storages. Disallow this door. I don't really need to disallow this door so much because there's no stockpiles that are better than where they're being stored right now. Because this stockpile here is the only other place for eggs, and it's normal, so no one's going to take eggs from here and put it in the normal. Before I start gestating for the last two vats, I do want to go through the remaining eggs. So we've got Phantom and Lady Stormguard. So Phantom, you have foreskin super immunity and fast wound healing. So I need a male that can breed with you. Maybe Jack? And then Lady Stormguard. It doesn't really matter. I'll have Jack do it as well. Even though there's a tiny chance of inbreeding. I set the staging area to important, didn't I? Yes. But it doesn't have anything. It doesn't allow anything just yet. Jack, where were you that it took you like 2 hours to get here? Dear Lord. Okay. Terrible. And terrible. And also inbred. Lovely. Alright, what about these eggs? Shell, taking a look at you. Yeah, Jack could do that as well. Useless. Robot's eggs. Robot. Fur skin, dark vision, so you're like a dirt mole. That's fine. Not worth keeping. Make sure that this combination makes sense. Where is Dave? Oh, you're standing on Dave. Yep, that combination's fine. Just a 4. And then last but not least, Tefluti's eggs. So Tefluti, you're like a pigskin combo, I think. Yep. So, this is a fine combination too. I don't care about the inbreeding risk. And a 4. Not terrible, but still just a 4. Alright, so the last eggs that we have, other than the colonist eggs, would be the Neanderthal. So, I need a male that can mix with Neanderthal. Stevie? No, Stevie already has Neanderthal genes. I want to leave Shellbell out of it, because Shellbell's already really overrepresented. Fiep, maybe? I don't have a good candidate for this. I guess Fiep or one of the pigskin crosses. So I'm going to do a pigskin cross. Lo, you're standing here already, so I'll have Lo do it. So 4 flawed, and put that down. A 2 flawed. All right, don't need to worry about those. Can throw those out. So the eggs that are left is an Elebear egg. Elebear should be a pretty advanced, because Elebear is a recent addition. So Elebear, you are a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you've got dirt mole pigskin stuff in you. Neanderthal Dirtmole Pigskin. So a good candidate for Owlbear is what we're looking for. And yeah, I can sort by gender, so I'll put the males at the top. That'll be a little bit easier. I saw that as a suggestion. Alright, let me take a look at Owlbear again. Once it comes to, like, candidates that have, like, 5+, I gotta be a little bit more strategic about how I breed them, I think. So, Waster, Impid would be good to introduce. So anyone with Waster or Impid. Unfortunately, that means Shellbell. And we don't have any male Wasters. Could you benefit from Dirtmole? Dark Vision already. You don't have fast wound healing or strong melee damage, so you could benefit from Dirtmole. So maybe we'll go with the Dirtmole route. So, Guero. Guero are, you are in a mental state, so, alright, we're gonna exempt you there. Unless I have one of your sperm already. I don't. Alright, if not Guero, and not Shellbell, I could do Tordek. Yeah, alright, Tordek. Do that then. 20% chance of inbreeding. Those are odds I will risk. Nelson, I believe, is ready to be gene ripped. So, is there a colonist that can haul him? Dom, you're nearby. And this is the prediction of whether or not I will get the heat weakness within 2 tries. So where's Tordek? Oh, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Flawless. Rock on. I believe that is the... yep. So, the way I'm going to do this is haul it to the general stockpile here. And that way it can't get stored. Where'd the other embryo go? Do I have a unaccounted stockpile somewhere out here? No. Here, let me zoom out. Alright, so the only ovum, or the only ova unhauled are the ones in the hospital. Alright, that's easy enough. So Tordek, you just haul your own egg, that's fine. So then the next one I want to do is Zaleb. Zaleb is a Waster Neanderthal cross, so maybe a pigskin? So taking a look at my males. Stevie Viper could cross in, but only carries one of the 2 pigskin. Unfortunately, Shellbell would be a good candidate for Zaleb. I'm going to try it, even though I didn't want to add too much of Shellbell's genes. I'm going to do it anyway. Because I could get lucky and it could be like a miracle baby. Tordek, that is not where I wanted you to put those. Interesting that it took 2 hauls. But yeah, so that is a to be sorted. And I'll leave this here. Oh, only a 3. Alright, next is Dom. Dom, you are a Impid Dirtmole cross with some pigskin, with some shared genes. So looking for a male for Dom. So one way to do it is to take a look at Dom here, and then to try to fill the gaps with other males. So for instance, Tordek has cold tolerant and strong melee damage that Dom doesn't have. So that's a additional +2 chance. Can anyone do better than 2? Yeah, so Crabs has 3 genes, 5 genes that could add to Dom. So Crabs 2 would be an excellent candidate to cross with Dom. I just need Crabs to not be psychotically wandering. Oh no, Crabs is female. Never mind. Didn't look at that correctly. So here's Dom. So I need a male. So Tordek, Shellbell. Well, Shellbell isn't. Yeah, I'll try Shellbell again. And just to fully explain why I'm trying to avoid Shellbell, Shellbell is one of the most advanced prisoners in terms of genetics. But the reason I'm trying not to use Shellbell is it's becoming a genetic bottleneck. With a lot of my experiments are related to Shellbell, and therefore it's driving up the chance for inbreeding every time I introduce Shellbell's genes into the gene pool, which is, could backfire. If everyone ends up related to Shellbell, then my inbreeding chance goes to close to 100 and ruins the project, the Wendigo project. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is a 5. I can add it to the to be sorted. Frosty, you're a 4. You are a Neanderthal 4. Find a good mate for Frosty. So Frosty's down here. So let's see. Guero is not a bad combination for... Guero is again still psychotically wandering. Yeah. Stupid prisoners. I need to cheer you up or something. If Guero's a good match, so too should Cthulhu, right? Because Cthulhu and Guero are very similar genetically. So yeah, Cthulhu, I'm gonna wake you up and have you work on fertilizing some eggs. And then, would you be a good mix with Rogi? Where is Cthulhu in this list anyway? Oh, way at the top. So, Cthulhu Cross Dom can introduce 1, 2, 3 of 4 genes. So that's a pretty good mix. 75% of the genes could be beneficial. And then for Rogi, yeah, for Rogi it's like half maybe. Both are fine. So we got a 5 out of that. Not surprising, considering the odds were in favor of roughly a 5. And Cthulhu is a male with superimmune, yes, yes. And a 4 with superimmunity, not going to keep it. So the breeding is done. And what I have left to do is to sort these eggs. So this is a 5, 5, 6. So to the 5 pile, I can add 2 more spots. And then Zeleb can haul those appropriately. Nope. I saw that. And then this one is a 6 flawless, so I can add that. Cool. And it should all be perfectly sorted. So for the new vats, I think I'm going to go 1 with a 7 flawed and the other with a 6 flawless. So I'll pick the best 6 flawless first. Prioritizing rare genes like super immunity. Perfect. So this one is going to be grown in a vat. The Basque Stevie Viper. Nice. And then we'll pick the best flawed. So mini horns. Mini horns. So this is 2 flaws. This is 2 flaws. And this is 1 flaw. So probably the 1 flaw. With mini horns, which is less represented than other genes. May I ask what playlist is this run? This is RimWorld, the first Wendigo playlist. Lillian, where are you going with that? No, put that down. Okay. So, fully gestated. Awesome. At this point, I need a new project for the remaining 50 minutes. So let's decide on that. What to work on. Isolating power grid for gestation vats. Gestate more worker mechs. Trade and gene implantation, or viewer suggestions. What do you guys think? 2.5 minutes to vote on that. So isolating power grid for gestation vats. To explain that one, it would be to move the unstable power cells and potentially the vanometric power cell. I don't have... Oh yeah, the vanometric power cell. To power up the gestation vats so that in the case of a brownout, these are unaffected. Gestating more worker mechs. Oh man. Gestating more worker mechs. So Wendy has 6 free bandwidth slots for like hauler bots, cleaner bots, farmer bots, whatever, you know, you guys want. And I could gestate mechs. Trade and gene implantations. So there's a lot of genes, a lot of positive genes to give to my Wendigo or Wendigo attempts, the specimens, that I can improve them, like Great Shooter or, you know, whatever else that is recently added, like Heat Weakness could free up some additional space because that's what we've got most recently. You know, so we could plan that as well. Trade it, and then viewer suggestions would just be some suggestion made by you guys. See what you guys want. Looks like my storage for rice is... Wow, I've got 6K rice? Holy moly. Let's get another shelf for baby food. And to crank the baby food up to 800. Wendy has not had the extra architect installed just yet. That's not a bad idea, considering she's about to go for death rest. So thanks for reminding me. We'll get that going. One thing that confuses me, however, is I called in Actually, I'm going to suspend that. I called in trade caravans, and they just haven't shown up yet. They should be showing up soon, but I don't want her to be anesthetized while the trade caravans show up, or my trade price improvement's going to get ruined. So I'm going to wait until trade's done to both death rest and do the bionic or architect part. Because they should be here any minute. We extracted slow wound healing from Nelson. That is not the one I wanted, obviously. So Bartlett, I think you're up. You're in a coma for 5 more hours. Oh, some synthread. The architect leg, it can't even be hauled. I'm gonna create a stockpile for it here, so that we actually put it in the base. There we go. Right on schedule. I'm going to let them get a little bit closer to the base before I trade, though. It's not so cold that I think they'll leave immediately. Should that stockpile not be in the death rest chamber? What do you mean? What stockpile? And we're going to isolate the power grid for the gestation vats. So the current priority is brown out proof the gestation area. Oh, they have herbal meds. Nice. I'll buy it. So this is the war merchant. Oh, actually, this is the war merchant. That reminds me. Before I trade with the war merchant, I need to add stockpiles to contain the weapons that are out here. So if the weapons aren't bio-coded, I can sell them, because there's a lot of just tox bomb launchers and other random junk. As far as I can tell, that covers it all. Also, I don't really care for synthread either, so if they want to buy the synthread, that's cool. And then there should be weapons. Some of them are bio-coded, so I'm not going to be able to sell all of them, but weapons down here as well. So I made 4 stockpiles that I'll have to remove once I'm done. Alright, trade again. So, what gene did I just scan? Slow wound healing? Maybe that... Oh, maybe I haven't banked it yet. So the first thing I want to do is to start to sell the garbage, so that I don't run out of silver. Or they don't run out of silver for being able to afford this stuff. And they're out of money. There we go. Out of money again. There's probably not much that I'm going to want to buy off them, though. So, call this good. Much as they could afford. And then we'll trade with the Royals next. Yep, there was an error with the stockpiles. Ah, Mr. Johns, I could buy you company. I won't, but I could. So first thing I want to look at is things I want to buy. I'll buy their components just to, like, free up money. Saves me from buying it. I'll even buy their steel. They're selling great shooting. Couldn't you have shown up, like, I don't know, 12 years ago? My lord. Previous me would have been really, really happy. Current me is just a little pissed that that here it is being sold after I had to scan hussars for like years and years and years, and they had a copy that they could have just like given me. Well, that's good to know. Anything else I want to buy? No, I don't think so. Nope. Oh, I have so many dyes now. No, this looks good. You know, I'll use. I might want the EMP shells, and they're really steel and component costly, so just buying them is pretty economical, I think. And that allows me to get rid of some corsets or, yeah, corsets. I'd rather get rid of the corsets because organs, as sick as it sounds, organs are kind of international currency. Like, everyone loves to buy organs. But corsets, you know, only really the royals want them. Okay, so the trades are done. And that means, Wendy, your architect parts are on. I'll use glitterworld beds so as to maximize my chance for successful implantation. I have stuff to gift. My relationship with both of the factions are pretty, you know, 52 and 78. I don't need to worry about it. Here we go. Recipient for the bionic leg. Let's take a quick look. I do think that Jack is missing a toe, so probably I'll give it to Jack. Yeah. All right, Lo. Don't mess up, or you know what will happen. Wendy will rip organs out of you one at a time. All right, Jack. Here you go. Right foot forward. So Wendy is now fully architect. Double architect legs, double architect arms, double architect eyes. Scary. She is scary. Whammy, Maxu, and Madzin are getting close to popping out of the pods, freeing up space for more specimens. I've got to say the numbering here, especially given the color of these stockpiles, is really hard to look at. I could hide the stockpiles, I guess. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld, the first Wendigo, which originally streamed live on Twitch, June 11th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my gaming community, Rhadamant.com also has a link to Discord, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. Hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Wendigos.